Down to Joe Carson was an undertaker at that time, and he was the typical undertaker, you know, going through his spiel, and he was getting a notice for the paper, and so he said, did your mother work out of the home? And Tom said, no, she was a homemaker. Short said, the hell she didn't, she used to work. And Joe said, what did she do, Short? He said, she bootlegged. Joe said, oh, Short, she didn't. And Short said, the hell she didn't. He said, your dad was her best customer. He was there every Sunday morning. This is where Grandma and Grandpa moved out here. Must have been in 49 or 50 or something like that, 51 maybe, because they lived here when they had the 51 flood, and we come out and stayed to move stuff upstairs, me and I don't know, some friends, and they lived out here I think 5 or 6 years.
At the end of the lane there, or what?
Yeah, just up the end of the lane. There's houses and barn and all kinds of stuff up there. There isn't anything left at all. I don't remember, just barely remember, I think, or maybe I don't. I don't remember either one of them, I guess. I died in 1933 and I was 30, or 3 years old, so. Remember Grandpa McAtee, Granny said, always have to get up about 4 o'clock in the morning, wake George up. We gotta go to the field. We got to, how was he said? Gotta be out the field before daylight. They pick corn all winter.
She was born on the 4th of July, and that was her big day. It wasn't long after that we picked up and moved to California. Stayed there about 9 years and came back. So.
What line was she? What number in line was she?
She'd been right after Marcia and right before Janet. So she'd probably be in her late 50s now.
Yeah, the bishop came down and visited some of the old folks, and Bishop Gerber, he came down and sat down the stool next to where Granny was when she's about 85, and he asked her where she lived, and she told him Greenbush and Walnut, and moved here and moved there, and he said, well, you sure moved around a lot, didn't you? And she said, yeah, every time the rent came due. He got a big kick out of the wine place where the sawmill is now. Go ahead. And where the sawmill is now, and then they moved from there in here, I think. 13, 14, 15 years old. And they lived here until they moved to the farm. The funny thing about this house, Keith, was when one day Granny went up and seen Spot Inch owned it, and she went up and made a deal with him, didn't tell George anything about it until he got home, and she bought this house for I think $500, $10 down and $5 a month. And when he got home, he just raised hell. He got caught in that depression before, and he didn't want to go in debt for anything again. He thought that was terrible. Well, they hadn't lived here but about a year or two, and things, this must have been like in, oh, it was in 41 and 2 or in that area when things were starting to come back, and they built that tile wash house and garage over there, and I think the wash house and garage cost about $2,200, and the house cost $500.